Righto, how he's going? Back in the shed again, but working on the snot block today. So one thing I noticed with this thing is on a hard launch, it'd throw the brake pedal kind of jam up, and then you got to, at the end of the strip, you know, you're doing warp speed down at the end of the strip, and then you got to kind of like find the brake pedal. So I'm gonna adjust the switch so that the they got the brake pedal switch, the brake light switch. So I'm gonna adjust that because if you hang on, see if I can get you to see it. You can lift the where's the switch? You can lift the brake pedal a mile, and what I don't want is the push rod dropping out of the master. So I'm going to adjust the switch a bit and use the switch like a stop. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. Oh well, that's what I'm doing anyway. So hopefully now, yeah, heaps better. Like that. Heaps better. Well, still not great, but it heaps better. That's one cab off the ranks. Anyway, a few things on the snot block today, and we'll got to replace a twisted axle. I had someone make me one, but they cut it because this got 8 3/4 and it's 30 spline. So they cut it 30 spline, 35-degree pressure angle on the splines, which is Hilux. And then I went to jam it in, and I've gone, thanks fellas, it don't fit. So I took it back to them, and they've gone, oh no, it should be right, and they've grabbed a side gear out of a Dana 44, which is the same as Chrysler, and they go, it doesn't slide on. What have we done? I've gone, yeah, well, I told you it didn't slide on. Told you it doesn't work, and they've figured it out. Yeah, they've done it. They've cut it to Hilux spline, not Chrysler. So they've recut the splines for me because it was, to cut it down to 30s. Chrysler's 30-degree pressure angle on the 30-degree splines. So 30 splines and 30-degree pressure angle. So they've recut them, but I mean it's just another thing. I had to take it back there, explain to them anyway. Time wasted is my point. So finally got an axle here. I can throw an axle in it, but I still got to I've got to whip the short studs out and put the big studs in. Clean and lube the axle bearing and a few things to go. So just another shit show, another thing that I had to do. So alright, so new axle's in. I'm dropping the exhaust off now. I'm gonna just build a collector extension because it's been running a Hooker aero chamber muffler and just a single piece of 3-inch, but I'm gonna just shorten it up and lose the muffler, in in the spirit of trying to find a personal best, lose the muffler and see how I go. But these if you can see here, these bolts that hold the 8 3, the nuts that hold the 8 3/4 in, I'm going to replace them with cone lock nuts. I'm going to replace all the bolts around the center. The nuts around the center. Replace them with a crimp lock, cone lock style nut. Nah, torque them all up. I don't want them rattling loose. So, righto. So I'm not happy with them. They don't screw on real tight. They just, not using them. Got one down here. Not impressed. No. Not using them. Righto. Here's my little collector extension made out of rubbish that I had laying around. Gotta love the gasless. No point fully welding its tail end. I can't be bothered. I will, however, clean it up and give it a coat of jam. Oh yeah. coated jam. Painted, ready to rock. Collector extension. Yeah. Well, there it is. Collector extension is on. Probably hangs a bit low, realistically, but motor and everything's coming out of the car soon, so I don't care. Just, yeah, well, this part here wasn't long enough to make a, you know, kind of 18, 20 inch long collector extension, so a bit of this, bit of that. Never using those flanges again, they absolutely suck, but it just is what it is. Hang on, I'll see if I've got another one here. Yeah, here we go. These flanges with the elongated holes, do not buy them. Not worth it. Well, here we go. Slicks are back on. I'll see if I can. Oh yeah. Collector extension. Yeah, so slicks are back on, everyone's back in it. New axles in. Yeah. Muffler's out and gone. Come on. So I'll let it down and start it, I think. See what it sounds like. Definitely a sound improvement. Water temp's dead cold. Well, that's half decent. Alright. So, what I got to do here is see. That's the inlet hose. And that's the bleeder. So what we got here is the inlet hose is higher than the bleeder, So there's constantly an air bubble in the system. And the brakes are spongy. So, I mean, it's just my mistake when I made the caliper bracket. So I can't get enough brake pressure to hold the card in a burnout. So I'm going to have to modify the caliper bracket. Pretty simple solution. Just cut it, shift it, re-weld it. Alright, so what I've decided is that where the caliper used to bolt onto those two, I've just shifted the caliper over, hung the caliper off what was the back bolt is now the front bolt, and I'll just refabricate another piece of the bracket around there so that the cal mounts something like that rather than up over the top like it did. And that's an easy solution. Built a cardboard template for it. You won't be able to see it properly, but that's the caliper from the back side. Yeah. Should be good. Plates in there. Now I'll pull it all apart, whiz the paint off of that one, put it all back together, tack it, pull it all apart again, put in the vise and fully weld it.